and current technology. Four-tenths flash, this electric machine, making some big-time power.
I'd like to think that our car was 5 years ahead of its time then, and now we're right back to being 5 years ahead of our time. It will be the epitome of safe, reliable, technologically advanced, fast vehicle.
I love it. And of course, the fault is mine for putting that camera right next to your tire, trying to get that great shot for social media. One other thing I want to talk about here, because there's so many pros, there's only one other thing I got to talk about. I want to see if we could bring in our lovely assistant here from Cycle Drag, because I have a question for her. First off, what is your age, Steve?
Me? 53.
Yeah. And your age, sir?
57.
Excellent. You guys are right in the demographic. Now, here's the lovely assistant from Cycle Drag. Excuse me, ma'am. How old is your son?
19.
19. And just bought a car, right?
Correct.
How would you gauge his interest of driving or anything automotive related from like 16 to 19? Not, right?
This is his first car at 19.
Yeah.
And all of his friends are pretty much the same.
Yep.
We know a woman named Destiny, 21, just got her first car, right?
Correct.
Excellent. So that's my real life example. Thank you very much for providing that real life example. So I got the evidence now for the question. The question is, this is new, this is cutting edge, this is current, but can we rely on the millennials, and more important than the millennials, the Gen Zers, the kids that are in high school now, to be interested enough in anything with wheels to keep this going?
God, I hope so. It is a challenge. You know, this is me personally speaking now. I've got kids that were driving as soon as they could, and I'm from a motorsport family, so there's been a lot of enthusiasm around cars. I think that today the device in someone's back pocket gives them a degree of freedom and connectivity with their friends, and they're completely missing the boat on what real freedom is. And when I was a kid, getting on my motorcycle, getting in my car, and going, that was freedom. And I wish I could get that to the people who wait and wait and wait and say, maybe at some point they say, wow, I can't believe I waited this long. But I think if we could get more people in cars, and electric cars, I believe they're less intimidating, even though they're incredibly powerful. If we can get people in them and experience that freedom, we'd have a lot more people engaged in this. That's my opinion.
And I think, I agree with that. And I think our next, when shop classes come back into schools, you're going to find electric shop classes. You're going to find young people learning how to work on electric vehicles. You're going to see a very, very smooth transition from robotics into electric vehicles. You will see these electronics into electric vehicles. You're not going to see today's students, hopefully they're not being taught how to work on a small block Chevy, because it's irrelevant to tomorrow and to their future. They don't need to learn about that. They do need to learn about what we're doing right now and what the new companies are doing and where these new technologies are going. And just as Kirk described, they've got this phone, this really powerful device that's there in their hands. And on tablets, we're making CAD files on tablets today that would have taken months to do just years ago.
Right.
And so now they have an opportunity to make these things, or to draw these things, to make these 3D models and scan this stuff, and go home and 3D print it. We're 3D printing race parts all of the time now back in Seattle at my place. The creativity, the creative juices will start to flow. And robotics classes will only start to turn into faster robots, and faster robots will become eventually just something that you can get the hell on in or surround yourself with that gets you further away from wherever you want to go, whether it's out into the desert, whether it's through the city. And the noise thing, back to the noise thing, man, I've got a Harley shop, man. I've raced top fuel bikes. I've ridden around top fuel cars forever. I raced boats. The noise is cool, but every place I go, our hydroplane racing, man, every year, that lakes across the nation, that people want to shut us down. They buy this waterfront home, and there's this great hydroplane race on it every year. And every year there's some portion, at least, of the community that says, I don't want the noise. It's tough, and I don't disagree with them, but I don't completely agree with them. I wish it made noise, because that's all it's missing.
I love it, man. I love everything about what you're doing. You are just an innovator. You represent what drag racing should be. I appreciate this so much, guys.
If anybody's in the electric world, they know Derek Barger. They absolutely know Derek. And I don't know, what do you want to add to this, Derek? What do you think?
To the point of the kids, you know, we went into classrooms and we actually brought in scooters and started a EV club, and actually we're teaching kids, and they are very excited. So I think if teachers would bring in electric vehicle type programs into the school, it actually motivates the students quite a bit, and they learn math, science, everything. It's actually well-rounded if you start working on these electric vehicle cars. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it is. I know my company and myself have worked like with the University of Wyoming and their Formula SAE team, and you know they jumped in for the first time this year at the University of Wyoming, and they stepped right into the deep end. They want to do an electric hybrid and Formula S, and that's a tough
It's
thing,
very
man.
tough.
It's a world, you know, it's a college, university competition, schools from around the world, and it's tough. But that's what they want to do. They don't want to use a motorcycle engine in a car like everybody did 10 years ago in Formula SAE. So
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if he can do it. It's all about being first. Steve said he fell in love with speed when he was a young boy and started pointing his bicycle down the biggest hill he could possibly find. Fell in love with driving in 1989. And as Steve mentioned to us, this would be the greatest accomplishment of his career if he could beat the legend Big Daddy Don Garlits to 200 miles an hour. 800 volts, 2,000 amps. It's a monster.
This has been awesome. I really hope you guys enjoyed this and found this interesting. If you have any questions, leave them below, because guess what? I got 4 guys. You think you guys can get on there and maybe answer some questions?
yeah, we're stuck indoors with the coronavirus outbreak, so yeah, we're happy to reply. So.
Well, I want to say thank you so much. Your shop is amazing. What you guys do in motorsports
Jack's
is
always
amazing. Well, we're actually supposed to go like that. I'll give you a handshake anyways. Guys, thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for everything you've done for electric drag racing. Man, I'll tell you what, anything else we need to add here?
Quest for 200 is about to be over.
Ow! Ladies and gentlemen, you could be looking at the first 200-mile-an-hour electric dragster, Don Garlits. You
Oh,
better
no,
watch
let's
out. These guys are coming.
Layouts that are EV specific. So
There's a different format, different design. I was just going through some demo modes. Progressive shifting lights, you can use them for indicators. Some little bit, some old school maybe. Just the one that the Porsche dash is based off of.
How about everybody give me 2 fingers for 200 miles an hour?
Or a 2 and a 0 and a 0. Oh, there's your 2.
pump gas and methanol on top. So it's staged injection, so you don't need an
Good Lord. That is one amazing vehicle.
I'll bet you 100,000 hours.
Check out the seats. Yeah, that's a Lexus ISL.
Few goodies. That's beautiful. Look at it. I want to sincerely thank you once again for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And I want to thank those of you out there who have referred friends. I know a lot of you have, because I read each and every comment, and a lot of us have gone back and forth, and you've told me that you've referred friends. Thank you so much. If you know anybody at all who loves motorcycles, who wants to be a part of this journey, who wants to be a part of this story, they are more than welcome. We also welcome any story idea or any question you may have. Thanks so much, guys, for subscribing to Cycle Drag on YouTube, hitting the bell for notifications, and liking CycleDrag.com on Facebook. As Drake said, We started from the bottom. Now we here. We over 100,000. It's because of you. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. We want you to weigh in on whether the Gen Zs and millennials will keep this great sport going. Let us know, guys. Please subscribe to Cycle Drag on YouTube. Like CycleDrag.com on Facebook. We'll keep it going for all the latest on everything fast, especially electric. Keep it here to Cycle Drag. It rolls on.